how easy is it to meet Southeast Asian girls? This is the topic of today's video, because more and more guys are asking me, and because they are interested to check out Southeast Asia, to travel there, or even to move there. Southeast Asian countries like Thailand, the Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam is coming more and more on their radar. So that's why I want to talk about this today, how easy it really is to meet these girls. Because these guys who are interested to potentially date these women, they are most likely fed up with dating in Western countries. Yeah. So if you want to be more successful with dating attractive, feminine, beautiful women, then you should consider Southeast Asia. Why? Yeah, it is relatively easy also to get in touch with these women there in these countries. Way easier than back in your home country, because these girls are open. They're interested to date foreigners, to meet them. Of course, they are attractive, pretty, and they are exotic. They have good traits, and they still have, many of them have feminine values, which is so much missing in Western countries these days. And one of the most important reasons, of course, is age gap relationships are possible in these countries. Yeah? So if you are 40, 50, or even 60 years old, you will have no issues to date women which are younger than you, 10 years younger, 20 years younger, even 30 years younger. So Southeast Asian women are a great alternative to these overweight, green-haired women in Western countries who are tattooed all over the place and talking like a truck driver, right? Yeah, so, but in this video we're gonna stick I will stick to mostly to the Philippines and Indonesia, because I have most of my dating experience is with these two countries, with these two women, yeah, Filipinas and Indonesian girls. I lived and worked in both countries. Yeah, it is very easy to meet girls inside these two countries. Gorgeous women are basically everywhere. I worked in hotels, especially in Indonesia, so were tons of female staff waitresses, so I had a really good time. It was easy to meet them. But if you want to know where else you can meet these girls, and of course one option is a dating site, right? Still, also in the Philippines. Dating sites in the Philippines are a little bit tricky. Therefore, I will recommend only one dating service in the Philippines. If you really want to try out a dating service, then I would only recommend Christian Filipina. In my opinion and in my experience, this is the only service I really recommend, because it's, number one, a site which is already it's a dating service which is already in place for 15 years now. Yeah, there you can find good friends and partners for life. This dating service is very friendly, it's conservative, it's trustworthy, very important, and you can really meet safely online. It's the number one trusted dating service for Christian singles. Yeah? So for those of you who are Christians, this might be very relevant and important. So if you want to check out this site, then check the link in the description. This is what I recommend for the Philippines if you want to use a dating service, okay? We will talk about the other ways how to meet and find and approach girls in a second. Here I just want to continue here quickly just to share with you my experience. I not only dated inside the Philippines or inside of Indonesia, but also I worked prior of coming to either of these two countries. I worked in Hong Kong for 2 years, and this is where I encountered my first Filipinas and Indonesian girls. So Hong Kong is also a great place to meet these women. Hong Kong actually is a paradise, yeah, because it's full of Filipinas and Indonesian girls. Hundreds of thousands of Filipinas and Indonesian girls are working in Hong Kong mostly as domestic helpers, as maids. Yeah. Maybe some are also working in the hospitality industry. And yeah, I mean, for me at the time as a single, it was just a paradise, you know. There were no shortage of women, of attractive, young, also hardworking young ladies. And you can bet that I enjoyed my time in Hong Kong. There are definitely many more Filipinas and Indonesian girls in Hong Kong than Westerners, okay? So the ratio between Asian girls and Westerners is already to your advantage. So now how to meet these women, either in the Philippines or in Indonesia? Of course, it depends on your type of personality. Are you a shy guy or are you a more outgoing guy, you know? I can tell you, I'm actually more on the introvert side. I'm more a shy guy. But that's not going to be a big problem in the Philippines or in Indonesia. Yeah? Although these girls are also shy by nature, you know, the culture is just like that. Also, the dating dynamics are a little bit different. Both countries are very traditional still and kind of conservative. So we have to develop different tactics, especially if you are shy, you know. Again, we talked about the dating services already. Yeah, this is a good way to get in touch with these women when you are a rookie. Yeah, when you are completely new to these countries, or you haven't even traveled there yet. Yeah, if you don't know much about the culture and the women, so then these dating services are probably a good way to get in touch. Yeah. Most likely you are also long distance, right? You're not inside the Philippines. If you're not inside the Philippines or Indonesia, then yeah, we have basically no other choice, right? The only thing you should know is don't spend too much time communicating with these ladies online. It's always better if you can to make a move, boots on the ground, travel to these countries and meet the girls in person. Yeah. The second way how you can meet Filipinas or Indonesians is the cold approach, of course, you know. A very famous cold approach, and I know for the guys who are a little bit more on the shy side, this is gonna be maybe a little bit difficult, but you know. But in the Philippines and Indonesia, it's very easy to find women because they're basically everywhere. Yeah? On the streets, in the malls, in the restaurants, inside the shops, inside the hotels, you know. So it's easy to spot them, to meet them, and then to approach them, technically in theory. Yeah? This cold approach thing is also interesting because it is easier definitely in the Philippines because of the English level of these girls. You know, most of them speak a decent English, so you will have no issues to strike up a conversation. Yeah. And this is what cold approach basically is, you know. Some guys may be asking or wondering how to approach Filipinos or Indonesian girls. There is no pickup line or something like that. It's just approaching means just you approach somebody and start a conversation. It's not any different than with a girl or with a strange girl with any other person in your life, you know. I'm pretty sure you never had any issues striking up a conversation, let's say with your brother or your boss or your colleague, or to strike up a conversation with anybody at the airport while you're waiting in line at the check-in counter, you know. things happen, that kind of things are happening, that you strike up conversations, right? You get to talk to people just like that, you know, out of the blue. And this happens either because you approached or the other guy or woman approached, right? Talking about these standard conversations, you know, which happen anywhere, in the hotel, in the supermarkets, you know. So it's the same thing with these girls, you know. If you want to approach them, don't think too much about a pickup line. That's all nonsense, you know. Just say hi and then say something else, and then you see how it's going. This is approaching. That's it. And that's easier in the Philippines, definitely. It's more trickier in Indonesia because of the English level. You know, I talked about this in other videos. But also in Indonesia, it's a little bit more tricky because the girls, because of their low English level, some of them actually speak well, but they are too shy to talk, you know. So there is no point really of cold approaching in Indonesia. Yeah, going down the road, walking down the street, or walking inside a shopping mall and thinking you can just walk up straight to a girl and strike up a conversation. It's going to be difficult. These Indonesian women are too traditional and conservative for this kind of style, Western style approach, you know. Even when they are in a group, yeah, they would be shy, too shy to talk to you because, you know, they would, you know, they kind of feel embarrassed if they need to speak English in front of their buddies, you know, because later maybe her buddies will make fun of her about the grammar and pronunciation, you know. So I'm just saying, I just want to mention it here, but in the Philippines it works better than in Indonesia. In Indonesia you have to apply different tactics, you know. But of course also things happen by chance. I remember one incident in the Philippines, in Manila. It was just last year when I was living in a certain district there, and I needed to wash my laundry. So there was a laundry shop nearby at my hotel. I went to this laundry shop, went inside, dropped my laundry, paid the bill, and then there were two ladies, yeah, inside the shop. One younger one, her name was Crystal, I remember, pretty attractive, young, maybe mid-20s, and an older one, you know. And then I actually wanted to leave the shop already. I was about to go, and then this older one asked me where I'm from and stuff like that. And then I told her I'm from Germany, and then she asked me, what are you doing here? I said, hey, I'm on vacation, you know, just hanging out for some days here. And then these two girls suddenly were talking something in Tagalog, and then the older Filipina translated to me what the younger one had said. Crystal was her name, and Crystal, the younger one, said, she asked me whether she can move with me to Germany, you know. So that was just, of course, a funny statement. Nothing really serious. Of course, she was not planning to move back with me to Germany, but, you know, that was a sign, a clear sign that she was interested in me, you know. And this is how they do, the Filipinas. They joke around. This is very similar to Indonesian girls as well. So this is how I got in touch with her, you know, by chance. So we exchanged numbers, you know. She even asked me whether she could have my phone number. So we exchanged numbers, and then we started to meet. Yeah. So things like that happen also, but you cannot control this, right? Another great way, of course, to meet these girls is if you have a job. That's, in my experience and opinion, still the most solid and the best way to also attract a good girl, you know. I worked inside the Philippines. I also worked inside of Indonesia, as you know. And of course, by nature, if you are employed at a company there, and I, as a chef, I worked for large 5-star hotels, of course you have hundreds of employees surrounding you. And a great deal of these employees are female staff, either in the kitchen or in the service. you know, they're working as waitresses or in the kitchen or front office, housekeeping, even engineering. Yeah? So this is a great and natural way to meet these women, to get in touch with them. And the good thing here is that these girls, or let's put it like this, you have greater chances to meet good girls when you work with them together, yeah, when you are colleagues, because these girls have a job automatically and they are busy with their job. And these girls, they're also busy with their life, you know, they're taking care of, they're earning money, they work hard, they are busy, not only with their job, but also with taking care of their families, you know. And these are the girls who have their act together, in my opinion, and who are serious. Yeah. Most of these women also, this is my experience in Indonesia and also in the Philippines, girls whom I worked with together in the hotels, yeah, that's actually very interesting. Dating is not so much in their minds, you know, because they are busy with other stuff. No, like I said, family, and maybe they have children already and have to take care of their parents. Dating is not so much in the forefront of their minds, but they are not close to this option. Yeah? It takes maybe a little bit of time, but then eventually you see they also will be open and maybe even interested in you. So this is if you work inside of these countries, this is, in my opinion, still the best and most solid way to meet good girls also. Yeah? And another option is if you have already established a network, this of course also will help you to get in touch with more and more either Filipinos or Indonesian girls. This is what happened to me in Hong Kong, you know. I met 1-2 Indonesian girls, and then they introduced me to their circle of friends, and believe me, their circle of friends consisted of dozens of others, attractive, exotic, pretty beautiful Indonesian women. You can imagine how great of an experience that was, you know. So there was in Hong Kong there was no shortage of women. It was like an inflation of women, you know. And this is what happens if you get introduced to other, you know, by recommendation to other people, by your friends. And that's certainly the same also in the Philippines, you know, when you are new, of course you don't know nobody, but you start to meet and date, and then maybe you have also other acquaintances, and then you get to know other people. This is how it works. But you have to go outside where people are, and you have to be open also to date not only women but also male people, other folks, you know. And this is how it works. If you just stay at home in your resort or in your room, and then you also have to be active. You have to take the initiative, yeah, and you have to lead. And then one thing will lead to another thing, you know. This is just my experience, and then things happen by chance also. It's funny, you know. So you don't need to sweat it so much, you know. Even you are very shy, an introvert, you will still have great opportunities to meet women inside the Philippines or Indonesia. I mean, you must be a complete freak or a crazy guy to mess it up with these ladies, you know. Talking about just getting in touch and meeting them, you know. So there you have some options how you can meet in Southeast Asian girls, you know, and how easy it actually is. If you are more outgoing, then it's maybe a little bit easier for you, you know. If you're a little bit more shy, then again, if it happens that you are in the Philippines, then try out Christian Filipina, the dating service I recommend, and you will find the link in the description. And with that being said, I'm checking out for today. Thanks for watching, and of course I have plenty of videos available for you which go in way more detail about certain topics I could just touch here lightly in this video. Yeah, how to approach, how to even pick up women, dozen don'ts on your first date, and many other things. Please check my video list, and or if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me directly. I can help you out, no problem. Yeah, and I will leave it here for today. Looking forward to your comments. Let's see what you have to say. How easy is it for you to meet girls in Southeast Asia? I'm pretty sure it was easy, it has been easy, or it is easy. But still, it would be interesting to get your perspective, you know. Or perhaps you were struggling in the beginning because you were too shy. Like me, I remember in the beginning, you know, I was really shy. And that's the problem, because these Southeast Asian girls are also shy. So how do you get in touch, you know? And then I went to certain establishments first, you know. These establishments were called girly bars. I've done videos about this as well. And so this is how I got, you know, also a little bit distracted, and it put me on the wrong path because I was too shy. And I thought I figured out I can buy the attention I need, you know, and stuff like that. But this is a topic for a different video, and I've done videos about this already. But yeah, I hope you have the opportunity to travel to Southeast Asia, or to the Philippines or Indonesia, and I hope you will have a good time over there, because it is actually easy to meet girls in Southeast Asia. So thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you in one of my next videos. Take care, bye bye.